सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Today we sit with what may be the single most important verse in the entire Bhagavad Gita. The tradition calls it the Charama Sloka, the final verse, the ultimate teaching. Listen to it first. Sarva dharmān parityajya, mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo, mokshayishyāmi ma shuchah. Let us take it apart word by word gently. Sarva dharmān means all dharmas. The word dharma comes from the root dri, which means to hold, to support. Dharma is everything that holds your life together, your duties, your roles, your codes of right living. Parityajya, having completely abandoned. The root here is tyaj, to let go, and the prefix pari makes it total, all the way around, nothing held back. Mam ekam, to me alone. Sharanam means refuge, shelter, from a root meaning to protect. It is the place you run to when everything else has failed. And vraja, go, walk. It is an active verb. Refuge is not something you wait for, it is something you walk into. Then the promise. Aham tva, I, you, so personal. Sarva papebhya, from all papas, all sins, all karmic debts, every stain. Mokshayishyāmi, from the root much, to release. And notice, this is a causative verb. It means I will cause you to be freed. The liberation is done to you, not by you. And finally, ma shuchah, do not grieve. The root shuch also means to burn. So the last words of the teaching are, quite literally, stop burning. Now, where does this appear? This is chapter 18, verse 66, the very last teaching verse of the Gita. After this, Krishna teaches nothing new. Picture the scene, the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna, the greatest warrior of his age, has collapsed in his chariot. And here is the thing we often miss. He is not paralyzed because he lacks ethics. He is paralyzed because he has too many. His duty as a warrior says, fight. His duty to family says, do not kill your kinsmen. His duty to his teachers says, never raise a weapon against them. Every duty he honors contradicts another one. For 17 chapters, Krishna has offered him ladders, the yoga of action, the yoga of knowledge, the yoga of meditation and devotion. And now, at the very end, Krishna sets aside every ladder and speaks what he himself calls the most secret of all secrets. Stop calculating. Drop the whole tangle. Come to me. I will handle what you cannot. But here is the beautiful paradox. The Gita spends 17 chapters defending dharma, and then its final instruction begins, abandon all dharmas. Is this a contradiction? No, because notice what Arjuna does after he surrenders. He still fights the war, he still acts. What is abandoned is not the action, but the doership. The ego's anxious claim that my effort is my only security, that I alone am holding everything together. You drop the grip, not the work. And that little word ekam, alone, only, carries a whole psychology. A mind that has spread its trust across many refuges, money, reputation, relationships, even its own spiritual merit, is a mind in permanent low grade anxiety because every one of those refuges can fail. Ekam collapses the whole scattered portfolio of worry into a single point of trust. The teachers of South India gave us a lovely image for this. A baby monkey clings to its mother by its own strength, and when the mother leaps, the baby can fall. But a kitten does nothing. The mother cat carries it in her mouth. This verse is the kitten's way. This discovery is not owned by one tradition. In the Gospel of Matthew, we hear, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Same shape, an invitation, a promise of relief spoken to the exhausted. In Japan, the Buddhist teacher Shinran taught tariki, other power, the insight that self-effort is always subtly stained by ego, and only entrusting oneself fully can liberate. And in our own time, the 12-step recovery movement rebuilt millions of lives on exactly this move, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to a higher power. Modern psychology touches it too. Therapists speak of radical acceptance, the finding that suffering equals pain multiplied by resistance. Drop the resistance, and the pain becomes bearable. And researchers who study peak performance find that excellence arrives precisely when the anxious self-monitoring stops. Arjuna surrenders, and then he fights better than he ever has. So let me leave you with 3 questions to carry. First, what are your sarva dharmas? What roles and standards are you using as your identity and your armor? And which of them are at war with each other right now? Second, where do you actually take refuge when you are afraid? Trace it honestly: the phone, the food, the work, the approval. What would one refuge instead of many feel like? Third, what are you refusing to hand over because you believe only your grip is holding it together? And what evidence do you really have for that? And here is a practice you can begin tonight. I call it the Evening Handover. Before sleep, take 2 minutes. Name one specific burden from the day, an outcome you cannot control, a guilt you keep reopening, a decision with no clean option, and say in your own words, "I have done what was mine to do. This is handed over now. Shuchah, I will not burn over this tonight." And when you catch yourself picking it back up, and you will, hand it over again without scolding yourself. Surrender is not a single act. It is a repeated release, like unclenching a fist that keeps closing. Sarva dharmān parityajya, mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyāmi. Shuchah, do what is yours to do. Hand over the rest, and do not grieve. The burning can stop here.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः।